What's up, everybody? Dark 195. There's levels to this. Oh man, let me tell you what's happening. Okay, so I'm sitting down. I'm at home today. I'm off today, so I'm sitting down watching a documentary. Really good documentary too. It's about some dude that had a dream of becoming like a race car driver and really wanted to follow his dream. And in order to fund his dream, he decided to start selling marijuana and then became a big pot dealer, but also made his dream come true. And now I'm at the point where you know how these stories go, right? Eventually, you got too much, you do too much, and you get caught, and then I'm at that part of the story. So I haven't finished it yet, but as I'm watching it, I haven't even touched my phone, nothing. It's a really good documentary, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta go ahead and use the bathroom real quick. So I pause it, come over to use the bathroom, whatever. I grab my phone and I finally said, let me go ahead and check my phone. Let me see what's going on, whatever. See what's going on in these Twitter streets. Nothing exciting on Twitter until I go hop over to YouTube and I see that Dave 2D, is that his name? Dave 2D, Dave 3D, Dave 2D. You know who I'm talking about. Has a video talking about new hardware that Steam is dropping. And I click on the video. Steam is making a Steam machine. They're making a Steam Deck for your living room. I mean, you could use it on a monitor as well, but clearly the target audience is to take over the living room. Clearly, that's what this thing is meant to do. Oh my goodness. Now, the reason I'm excited is because since I moved over to PC, right? Even though I still like Xbox, even though I still like Game Pass, right? I'm only paying $20 though. I'm not paying $30. I'm still only paying $20, okay? Even all of that, right? I have not made it a secret that I like Steam better. It's not a secret at all. Steam is phenomenal, and that's one of the things that I think during the next Xbox hardware, whatever they drop, the fact that it's going to have access to Steam, I think a lot of people are going to switch over to Steam, right? So that's why I don't know what their idea is or what their plan is, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm just excited to see what the hardware actually is, right? But this machine that Valve is dropping is specifically the Steam OS, which everybody loves the Steam OS. Now, I don't have a Steam Deck, but I have used the Steam OS. And as a matter of fact, as you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, I recently gave my son my old ROG Ally and I installed Steam OS on it just because it's a lot easier to use. That's it. It's not a lie. It's a lot easier to use than Windows and everything like that. I don't mind using Windows. Like I prefer using Windows over Steam OS. That's why when I had it, I removed it off. But there you go, Steam OS. I gave it to my son, right? So I'm excited about this thing that Valve is doing. How powerful is it going to be? I don't know. The first thing that scared me about it, I should probably say this. Shout out to my man M. M always says that when news comes out in gaming, he doesn't make a video right away because he waits he waits for things to settle down and really gather his thoughts before he makes a video, and he'll make like an hour long fire chat video or whatever. Listen, good for you, M. That's not me. I get excited about something, I'm gonna turn on the camera and I'm not gonna do any research on it. Right? Anyways, listen, if you know, you know. The one thing that I did see about this thing that kind of had me iffy, because if somebody asked me, hey Doc, what type of PC should I get? I tell them I'm not an expert at PCs at all, and there's other people you should ask about PC. But if there's one thing I can tell you just from experience, because I connected this PC to a living room TV, I would tell you don't go for 8 GB VRAM card. That's my only advice that I could give you, is don't go get more than 8 GB VRAM. However, there's plenty of people out there that know more about PCs than I do. Shout out to the Turk, shout out to VG Fight School, right? That'll tell you 8 GB might be enough, right? Depending on what you're gaming at. For me, I'm telling you, I had that Walmart PC, $800 when I bought it. It was great, but I could definitely see that 8 GB was VRAM was definitely the limit as to how I wanted to play the games, right? I ended up giving that PC to my other son, who now plays on a 1080p monitor, and it's perfectly fine. So 8 GB on 1080p monitor, perfectly fine. He has no problems, right? But Valve now making this Steam machine with the Steam OS means a lot. This is what this means, okay? I actually tweeted about this. It means I understand Xbox a lot more. I do. Xbox was getting mollywopped in the console space by PlayStation. Mollywopped, right? I'm sure they probably had an inkling of what Steam was doing. I'm sure these companies all know what each others are planning on doing, right? If they had any inkling that Steam was going to go ahead and attack the living room as well, I would bet money that a Steam device would sell more than an Xbox device. I would. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I would, especially after the success of the Steam Deck. Oh yeah. Oh, come on now. So for Xbox, I get it now. You know what? Forget it. The next Xbox experience is going to be a premium experience. Meaning, if you want to play on Xbox or an Xbox device or an Xbox branded device, however you want to say it, you're going to pay a lot of money. But hopefully, it comes with power. Here's the key that we can actually use. See, the Xbox Series X has power, but it's a console, so it's tied to whatever the developers want you to use. If Xbox teams up and actually makes a PC hybrid thing where whatever the components are in there, it's up to us how we want to actually use it. That's perfect. And let's see how much it costs, and it might be worth it, right? Steam now, though, making a hardware directed towards the living room means a few things. But the first thing it means is this, okay? We gotta be honest. That the PlayStation fans might be correct. If console gaming was dying and console gaming was not profitable anymore, why would Steam go after console gamers? This box is not meant, don't get it twisted. This box is not meant to sit kumbaya side by side with a PlayStation or with an Xbox. This device is meant to replace those two devices. You do understand that, right? I think we can all agree. The one console that can sit kumbaya with a PlayStation or an Xbox is the Nintendo Switch, right? The Nintendo Switch 2. But that's its own thing almost. It's like, yes, it's a console, but everybody understands it's its own thing, right? But the Steam machine is going to play PlayStation games and it's going to play Xbox games under the TV as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be a problem. If I'm Valve, I'm making this thing so cheap because you're gonna buy everything off of me anyways, right? You're gonna buy everything off of Steam anyways. I would make this thing so cheap and it would. Now, I also put out a tweet and I said this. The biggest problem with Steam right now, and I don't know why a lot of people don't say this, is that even though Steam has a lot of games, it doesn't play every game. And it has some major games that it can't play. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right now on Steam, unless you do some quirky stuff, you can't play Call of Duty, right? Is it Call of Duty? No, not. Is it Call of Duty that you can't play? Yeah, I think you can't play Call of Duty on Steam OS, okay? You can't play, I don't think you can play Roblox either on Steam OS. Maybe I'm wrong on Roblox, but I know Call of Duty, that's a big one, right? So it's something to do with the anti-cheats and all that other stuff. So that's a big deal. Because people that play on their couch and on the living room, they're going to want to play Call of Duty, you know? So that one, would you go out there and buy a console that can't play Call of Duty that's not a Nintendo? I don't know. That's a pretty big deal. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But this one little box is going to be able to play PlayStation games and it's going to be able to play Xbox games. And then here's the deal. If it is a Steam OS and is a Steam machine, you're not going to be paying for online. We understand that? It's not, you're not going to have to pay for online. So if you're not going to pay for online, but PlayStation is still going to charge you to pay for online, Xbox won't charge you to pay for online, but you got to pay for Game Pass if you want to use Game Pass. I don't know. This might be very, very interesting. We'll see how many people actually adopt this. I could see PC gamers for sure adopting this. The PC gamers that got to experience the Steam Deck or what it is to play away from their real powerful rig, like, hey, some games I'm okay just playing it this way, are going to want this machine to also connect to their TV. I also said that it had a way that you could download other apps as well because it's a PC, right? So maybe your Netflix and all that other stuff on as well. Listen, this could be a tremendous game changer. I don't know how much the the console fan base is going to actually adopt it. I know as a PC gamer, I love this idea. I already have my PC connected to my TV. My PC is already looks discreet. There's plenty of people that already have PCs that look discreet. And obviously some people want the ability to be able to upgrade it. But here you go. Here's a chance to get into, PC gaming if you wish. And if you got a Steam Deck already, this is a perfect companion. Ah, man, this could be a very big deal. I wonder how much they price it. I got my son already playing on Steam. My other son already plays on Steam as well. He's playing Cyberpunk right now. So I don't know, man. I will say this is very, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what am I missing? What are the things that I'm missing? And if you did do some research on this, go ahead and put it in the comment. Educate me. Go ahead. I just, from a consumer perspective, from a gamer's perspective, I know how great Steam is, especially with its prices on games, Steam sales. Steam is just phenomenal. And you'll have one box where you can play PlayStation and Xbox games that is meant to be in the living room. I understand why Xbox said our next Xbox is going to have Steam on it. Why not? If Steam is already going to go ahead and have a box in the living room. So now this is crazy. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. I'm sure there's a lot that I'm missing. Let me know. We out. Peace.